All right, everybody, we are here with another championship transformation and a client with us that just completed his first 6 weeks. And I'm gonna let him share his story. What is your name?
My name's Mackenzie.
Awesome,
Um,
awesome, Mackenzie. We'll go by Mac because that's the that's the
yes,
casual way.
yes.
Mac, how old are you, by the way?
I just 26, just turned 26.
26. What do you do for work?
I am a software engineer.
Okay, so sitting in front of the computer a ton.
Oh, all day, every day.
How many hours do you think you're stuck in front of the computer?
Oh, 8 hours a day for my job, and then afterwards, probably let's go with another 2 to 4, depending on what I'm doing.
Damn, that's 12, over 12 hours of sitting.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell me, what was life like before you started with us, with your fitness and your health?
Um, Before with my fitness and my health, like I guess you could say with my fitness, it was I just had a big longing to get started on something, but no idea how to get started on anything. Um, I found fitness to be one of those habits that I just couldn't get into. I try starting running, I try going to the gym, just nothing would stick. It wasn't really enjoyable. And then health wise, yeah, there was some kind of uh, I had found some like health complications and everything. I thought I was actually pretty healthy, aside from the not moving too much. And then it was just kind of like, oh, maybe I'm actually not as healthy as I expected.
Mhm.
And that kind of started kickstart. That was the kickstart to some of this as well.
Yeah, yeah. So it was always in the back of your mind. So I always think about it as people, they always have this gnawing feeling of like, I gotta do something, I gotta do something. It
Yeah.
sounds like you tried to do a lot of things, couldn't make it stick. What was the longest run you ever had doing, like trying to do something before you found
Um,
us?
Yeah, so I used to rock climb, and I was doing climbing pretty regularly, and then I had injured myself, during climbing, and that made it really difficult to like get into it. I was climbing straight for like 2 years, 3-ish years or something like that. Um, and yeah, trying to get back into rock climbing after my injury just made things really difficult. So yeah,
Okay. Okay, cool. So you had it, you ran 2 years for rock climbing. So strength is, you're pretty good with the strength side of things then.
yeah, I would say so.
But again, the injury caused you to slow down a ton. How did you hear about us, by the way?
A friend of mine, actually, I was talking about how I had done kickboxing in university for a semester, with a few friends, and my friend helped me, find a gym. They had checked out the gym with me. They found kickboxing wasn't for them, but I was like, no, I want to stay. I want to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So your friend told you, you did a little bit of kickboxing before your friend did it. You found us. You committed to a full 6 week challenge with us.
Yeah.
I want to go right into, you finished it. Let's go fast forward to right to the end. What were some of your results working with us?
Um, Well, I lost about, I think it was about like 5% body weight. I lost like 10 pounds, which is great. But also just in general, I find that I look better. I like the way that I look a bit more now. But also I got a lot of confidence in my ability to like head to the gym by myself and be able to plan my own workouts. Just dieting, I had no clue what I was doing dieting before.
Mhm.
There's so many resources on the internet, and half of them are bogus, half of them are great, but maybe just don't provide the whole picture and everything.
Mhm.
So, uh, like trying to figure all that stuff out on my own, but now it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing now. I know kind of
Okay.
how to go about this, how I can kind of finish my goals and all that sort of stuff. Uh, so I think like confidence in just being able to do fitness was a big thing, improvement for me to come out of this.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated that as well. And energy levels doing a lot better. I ran 4K on the treadmill before, and I used to be a runner, but then it was like during kind of like the whole shutdown and everything, it was hard for me to even like perform like 1K, 2K or something like that. And then I just like decided, hey, let's try and hit 5K on the treadmill. Only made it to 4K, but even the fact that like no actual running
Wow.
training beforehand, I'm like, okay, I can do a 4K now. Great.
Yeah, dude, love that. So I'm gonna break those down into two categories. Number one, measurables. Um, Weight loss has been great. It's 5% body fat loss, which is huge. So obviously looks and muscularity start to show a lot better, especially when you drop that much body fat. Down 10 pounds, which is nice. I know that wasn't your ultimate goal, but those are some of the measurable. Non-measurable things, confidence in just going to the gym regularly when it was a habit that you struggled with. Two, able to run. The fact that you haven't even been training running and now you can actually run, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then I think the third one is, and is one people don't think about, is like learning, like nutrition is pretty simple. Like good nutrition is a simple thing. It's simple to do, but I always tell people it's simple to do, but it's also simple not to. And that's why it confuses people with the amount of stuff that's out on the internet. And we just try to keep it super basic so that, we give you real world advice that actually works, which obviously it did because you got the results.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Congrats. Um, what's one surprising thing that you kind of maybe you took away from I know you did kickboxing before, but what were something you learned, surprise, or something that surprised you throughout the whole process that you didn't think would happen?
I'm enjoying going to the gym. Going to the gym was not my thing. I tried many times before, as I mentioned. But now that I'm like, I'm enjoying kickboxing, this is something, and I want to get better at it. I'm like, okay, now going to the gym, I have kind of a goal. I have a mission of I want to get better at kickboxing. I want to enjoy my fitness a bit more. I want to see that improvement. And so when I go to the gym and I'm like, this is what I'm doing it for. I have that motivation. I'm enjoying it a lot more rather than just, oh, I'm doing this to take care of myself. I'm doing this like it's I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's not the easiest motivation to get
Yes,
behind all the time.
absolutely. Yeah.
But I'm like, yes, I'm improving. I'm working on my stability so I can like get a lot better at my kicks and that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah,
love that. Love that. I mean, I always think about like people, it sounds like you're falling in love with the process, which is really what the
yeah,
whole idea of the going all in one thing. It's just like you go all in, you commit to it, and then you start developing capabilities, confidence, and at the end of the day, courage, which now you have the courage to step into kickboxing and learning that at a higher level, which gets really nuanced too. And you being a software guy, I'm sure you like the details of stuff and just breaking
oh,
down
absolutely.
exactly how to throw strikes the correct and the most efficient way, which, obviously, I don't know if did you jump into the fight fundamentals yet?
Yes, yes, I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it gets really nuanced when you like, I mean, from the fitness side of things, sure, fun. It's a fun workout. You're hitting a bag, you're learning, you're burning a couple calories. But once you get into kickboxing and the nuance of like the strikes, it gets really interesting. So I'm glad you got set up with that. My last question for you is going back to the beginning before you jumped in with us. It's a two-part question. A, were you skeptical about like, this whole process and the 6 week challenge? And B, if you were, what would you kind of say to somebody who's reluctant to take that step in to actually commit to do something like this?
Um, I would have to say a little bit. I guess the whole idea of like fitness and I'm like, uh, yeah, it was something that I never really took charge of before, and I'm going, I don't know how to take charge of this, and I'm like, I don't know how much effort's going to be needed of me to take charge of this. Is this something that it's just going to fall down the wayside? Um, And I think one of the biggest things was I had started to try and prepare myself a little bit before I had done the challenge. I committed in my mind, and I was like, okay, I'm going to spend a couple weeks just to kind of prepare myself so that when I do go all in, it's not a dramatic change.
Mhm.
So that was a little bit helpful. I had just kind of tried to shift my eating habits just a little bit. Um, but I think the biggest thing that really did help was just having Rochelle was my coach. having her like just explain everything and know that she's like checking in with me weekly and they're having the accountability, all that sort of stuff. Just if I had any questions, like at the first week, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I talked with her. I'm like, I don't know if these things need to be changed. I don't know if like. Am I seeing progress at a proper rate and all that sort of stuff? I want to do this challenge well. I want to make certain I start off well. And she was like, "Yeah, no, you're good. You're good." And that helped out a lot was just
Yeah.
having the assurance of like, no, you're I'm watching your progress, you're doing good. And I was able to go like, right, I'm not alone in this, which is
Yeah.
great.
It's funny. That's why we call our program coaching, like our app coaching your corner, because the way I've always imagined it is like, for most people, they're going out and they're fighting on their own and they try to fight on their own. But imagine if you did that and you didn't go back to your corner and somebody with outside set of eyes was looking in and saying, Mac, you're doing well. You just need to do more of this and less of this. Right? Because
Yeah.
you don't see it when you're in the fight. You're in there on your own. You're not seeing how you're able to perform. But when some outside set of eyes looks in, another coach from the outside, from a different perspective, gives you that other's perspective. You build confidence in yourself, which I think it sounds like you have, which is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. It helped out so much. It was really awesome to be able to have a coach in my corner.
There you go. I'm gonna end it with that. But thank you so much for sharing that, sharing your story with us. And I would say the true transformation is someone who maybe didn't focus on their health and fitness is someone who now focused on it, which it sounds like you are, and you're continuing on your journey. And we're happy to have you, man.
Thank you. Happy to be part of the gym.
Thanks. Take care.